YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming at y'all with another YouTube read, another collective energy read. Let's go ahead and jump right into it off the jump. Whoever I'm tapping into, it seems you may walk in a lot of truth. You may be very blunt. You may be very dedicated to the truth. You could be very aligned to the truth. But something about when you speak the truth, you may like trigger, or you may like the words you may say. It may leave off a very big impact for those before you or those after you. So there's something about your tongue. With the moon energy, there's something about the truth that you speak in terms of you're very intuitive and you're very, so I could be tapping into some type of watery energy, some type of flowy embodiment in terms of you could be very flowy with your emotions. That's what it could represent. You could be very sensual, man or woman. It's a setup. So there's something about a moon energy, something being hidden as well. So intuitively, so you see through whoever I'm tapping into, you see through things, you see past plots, motives, things like that. So, or you see past people's intentions, whether they try to gaslight you or try to make you feel bad about seeing them or try to make you feel weird about maybe investigating them. There's something about that investigation part I'm gonna get into. The Hierophant energy, I could be definitely tapping into a Taurus energy, but something about your authority, empowerment, or something that you're stepping in, something that you're doing. Or maybe this is something that helps or not helps or is what creates this type of authoritative energy that you step or embody or come off to with other people. High Priestess energy is exactly confirming what I'm saying. So it's something whoever I'm tapping into, you have like this intuition or you have this, no nonsense aspect of you that could be very, untamable is how I'm channeling it in the eyes of those that need to have control or over the jurisdiction of how they are perceived or how they come off or how they look. So you could be ultra triggering to those type of personalities, so to speak. Others that try to block God's plan for you will get their karma. So a lot of you guys are true speakers that I'm tapping into, and you go through, people tapping your devices, people trying to get to you, people trying to intimidate you, people trying to throw scarcity tactics, people trying to throw narratives at you, people trying to throw spell work at you, people trying to do anything that they possibly can to accord some type of attachment of what they feel for you to feel, right? You guys know how I'm like what I'm alluding to, right? Just all because of certain truths or certain dynamics of alignment that they don't want you to be in because they feel seen. So something about you make others feel seen. That could be a good or bad thing. That could be facilitating to others, and it could also be overpowering. Empress energy, it's a big energy, it's a big feminine energy, but how I'm taking it in this connotation is a yin energy in regards to the yang, or in relativity to the yang. So it's a spiritual energy in terms of whoever I'm tapping into, your soul is very aware, or you're very keen to signs, signals, synchronicities, things like that. You're very keen, which brings that water energy. You guys could have water, a lot of water placements in your chart, whatever that is, right? Don't have to at all. But either way, there's something about your fluidity in terms of seeing things for what it is and being able to take maybe like a nuanced situation, or maybe able to take the intuitive call even if you don't understand it. Like I spoke on that, I speak on that in the last few videos especially, but I've been speaking about that on a concurrent level on this channel in terms of understanding when you don't understand why your intuition's sounding off the way it does, but it's sounding off. It's like an alarm system. It's like the smoke alarm. Like you better know that there's something that's got to be, it's got to be triggering the alarm, right? So it's like that connotation. You've helped so many people through your mission if you haven't already, whoever I'm tapping into. Maybe like it helps, maybe you help people. Maybe you speak a harsh truth. Maybe you speak a not so harsh truth. Maybe it can be annoying. I'm channeling this information. Like maybe it can be annoying to some people in terms of how on point you can be, whether it's intuitively, whether it's vocally. A lot of you guys, especially I'm channeling like a woman. A lot of you guys, there's nothing more kind of like, something that can hold you accountable. There's nothing more accountable than like a woman that can stand in that mirrored kind of femininity in terms of what that divine femininity can show up as on an energy level. The feminine energy can show up as this mirror in terms of it can kind of embody anything like on chess, so to speak. A chessboard, the queen can embody anything on the deck because it has the stretchiness and it can fit any mold, right? Because it's not really solidified. It's kind of like, right? It's fluid. So there's something about the fluidity in terms of you moving your energy, whoever I'm tapping into, man or woman. Of course, a lot of you guys are women that I'm tapping into. Three of Pentacles energy. You could attract a lot of people that either, you could attract situations with people that do things behind your back and literally don't want to get it back to you because of that type of truth that you see, or people that do things behind your back have that kind of energy with you because of how much you see. With the Chariot energy, it's something about your movement forward, or how you move, or how you move in general, or how you like not motivate yourself, how you push yourself, whether that's on a psychological level, physical level, or on a social level specifically, or a mental level. Could be tall male, could be significant, but whoever I'm tapping into is something about like you stand on business and things. So maybe like you can stand on business in truth. So if somebody's not presiding themselves in such things, you could hold people accountable, whether that's vocally, spiritually, psychologically, or physically, right? There's something about that, right? That could be very intimidating as well. A lot of you guys are truth speakers, and you know what comes with that, but your auric field is meant to bring rainbows and sunshines in people's days. Whoever I'm tapping into, you're meant to be some type of illuminating, you know, I'm not getting that love and light energy with this. I'm getting more so like a balance. You're supposed to bring balance to situations through this type of energy, ancient royalty. So there's something about you, like you came here on a mission, or whoever I'm tapping into, you've been on a mission before, or this is not so relative to you. This could be your mission. This could be how you just are as a person in terms of just how you show up, right? What is this situation teaching you? There's something about you're very beautiful, very handsome. Whoever I'm tapping into is something about, you know, understanding your worth through experiences. Maybe you didn't get the reflection of your worth all the time. Maybe you got people that projected on you because of the truth you walked in and spoke, or maybe you spoke up in situations that people weren't comfortable, or maybe you ran into people that had a certain controlling attitude about them and they didn't like that, right? In terms of certain things that you illuminate, thought, spoke, whatever that is. King of Swords energy. This could have had you, or it could have developed you into this King of Swords energy. You could be viewed as this King of Swords energy. With the Eight of Swords, maybe there was times in your life, whoever I'm tapping into, a lot of you guys could be just straight kind of like cutthroat in terms of truth, right? But I'm gonna use myself as an example. Like some of you guys' personalities could just be no nonsense. You just always been straight up and you just can't really fake the funk, right? But I'm gonna use myself as an example. Like this Eight of Swords energy, what it's reminding me of, King of Swords and Eight of Swords, is like a progression. So whoever I'm tapping into, you could have became this kind of King of Swords energy for maybe repeated amount of times, right? Not everybody's gonna resonate with this, but I'm using myself as an example for those that do. Eight of Swords energy, it's kind of like you could have like had a progression point in terms of not allowing people to kind of like, maybe you pacified your truth. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable speaking the truth. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable with things you saw. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable with certain things that you knew about, that maybe you wasn't supposed to know about. Maybe you was supposed to know about it. Maybe certain things, just information in general. But that could have developed into this King of Swords energy in terms of you just taking no shit and saying fuck it, right? In terms of maybe people try to stop your truth. Maybe people try to shut you down for speaking your truth. Maybe people try to make you look crazy, feel crazy, and try to do things that kind of fit that mold, whether that was just manipulation, spell work to accommodate the speakings of your life or anything of that nature. So that's for a few people. But of course, so let's bring it back in. Like either way, this type of truth that can be penetrating to those that don't really want to see it that way. So this can start off from, you know, people spreading something into something else, into something else, into something else. Like telephone. If you know the game telephone, like, you know, by the time you whisper something in somebody else's ear and you don't get that other try to whisper it again, or maybe you do. You know, I have not like played that game since like I was like a kid, but just channeling the energy, right? But by the time it gets to the last ear, it's probably like a different word, different phrase than what the first person said, right? Especially if it's a big line. But using that to say, you know, a lot of you guys could deal with a lot of gossip. A lot of you guys can deal with a lot of, you know, slander in terms of people wanting you to feel a certain way, so they spread certain things. And they can take something maybe very fully true, and then by the time that they spread it or they tell the story, it's just those little bitty details that start to get swapped, changed, and by the time it gets to the sixth person, their ears or their mouth, the story is totally different. And that's how humans work. That's just how we are, right? And that's just a message for somebody. Ancestors are always with you, speak up. So this could be just a protection system over somebody's life in terms of, you know, people feeling that presence, especially if you walk in truth. You know, a lot of you guys, you know, you walk in truth, that is your alignment. And I always say that. Your alignment is your protection for a reason, because you're walking in truth. So nothing can really contradict what it is that is your truth. That's the whole point of your alignment. So it's a message for somebody. So you could have had people, you know, you could have dealt with prying eyes or experiences with people that wanted to make you feel insecure about maybe the truth that you maybe either spoke up to them or have yet to speak up to them. That's also another message we can get into. A lot of you guys could be one of those people that once people know that you know something, like they stay away from you, they duck off, or they like whatever, or they act a certain way because they're intimidated by what it is you see or will say. So Six of Swords energy, you could have gone through a lot of transitions in your life because of certain things that you can just see and not be able to basically that take no nonsense kind of energy. They try to take your kindness for weakness, whoever I'm tapping into. So this could be a development of, people playing nice in your face in terms of why they play nice in your face, in terms of why people don't show certain colors in your face but do in the spiritual realm. This for these reasons. Celebrity status, I could be definitely tapped into somebody that gets a lot of attention in some way, shape, or form. Check your blind spots through your Swords energy. So it's something about people trying to backstab you or having influence. Maybe that's for a few people in some way, shape, or form. They're jealous you're shining the way others view you through your Swords energy. Check your blind spots. You could have a lot of respect on a commonality, whoever I'm tapping into, in terms of like on a general level with people in your life, whether people like you or dislike you. It could be just a generality of respect for maybe your character or the truth speaking that I'm talking about in this reading. But they're jealous you shine the way others view you. Check your blind spots. Almost people wanting to backstab you or backdoor you on a spiritual, physical, mental, psychological level to establish. So this could be an influence of people trying to shut you up in terms of truth. A lot of you guys have truths. You're going through situations where you have truths that could maybe even do certain things to people, certain damages. And it's not about that. But that's how an ego monster is going to look at it, right? And it doesn't have to be an ego monster. That kind of just came out of my mouth, I'm not going to lie. But like somebody that's stuck in their ego or is more concerned about what their ego is containing or pertaining to in regards to others' thoughts of them, right? It can influence somebody to make very rash decisions to try to keep up with something. So whether this is a lie, whether it's a facade, whether it's an image, a lot of you guys have these type of energies simply because like coming at you, combating you, or competing with you, simply because of you seeing through them, seeing something, like going through an experience with somebody, or having experience with somebody, having experience with somebody's character, having experience with somebody's soul, and somebody having the understanding of that. It can be very intimidating, right? So whoever I'm tapping into, you could be very peaceful like myself. You could be very unbothered in terms of this energy. And that could be very bothersome to those that want to see you kind of intimidated. So whoever I'm tapping into, it could be just on a general psychological level. You could just be intimidating your presence because of this kind of truth. When you're moving in truth, there's a certain disposition of peace that you have in terms of it can create this unbothered energy in terms of you're not really tripping off of nothing. You're not really tripping off of what nobody got going in terms of what's not really like whatever, right? In terms of like somebody else's business. Like you're not really going to be invested into that. There's something about moving in a certain alignment of truth that maybe could be exposing people's misalignments. And that could also manifest itself. I'm just channeling energy. In terms of certain things that people may have done, some of you guys could be in the music industry, shout out to you guys, for certain gains. And of course, as I was saying that, I brought up the music industry, and we all know that. So hidden betrayal, so certain things that people did behind the scenes that you may have knowledge on. So a lot of you guys, it can get deep, it can get in terms of those type of situations, and where, scarcity tactics, intimidation tactics come into real play. In terms of maybe you have a piece of information or certain things like that people don't like. So with the page energy, so they fear your power is exactly confirming kind of what I'm saying. So this could be in resonance to people that do not, the page energy, people that do not have the integrity or the plans on moving with integrity, like via either with you or just in general with the truth, right? Concerning the truth. This could be in any type of propaganda, rivalry, competition, beef, things like that, attacks, attacker versus whatever, right? It can be in any of those dynamics that this shows up, right? Somebody wants to talk to you. This is something that, like Seven of Swords energy. I was also going to bring that up before the Seven of Swords came up in terms of what people do when they, like, almost like I was getting that energy earlier, like people play nice with you, whoever I'm tapping into, in terms of getting close to you, feeling like they can play in your safe spot, getting into that safe place or the blind spot. A lot of times, you know, a lot of you guys, you could be just very on point or being very presided to be at this time, especially with these shifts that are happening. You know, whoever's catching me at alignment, you could be just going through certain changes in your life. That could be having you stand on business a little more, right? You could just be standing on certain attributes a little harder than maybe people are used to, and it could cause a lot more shit. I mean, it can cause a lot more turbulence in terms of people that are not accustomed to being held accountable. So whatever I'm tapping into, you hold people accountable. You stay accountable. Just like Neff says, you know what I mean? I hold people accountable the same way I hold myself accountable. It's the same thing, because I wouldn't do to somebody else, or I wouldn't judge to somebody else unless I wouldn't judge to somebody else onto somebody else what I am doing to myself. Whether that's me putting it out via myself or doing it to myself, thinking it of myself, unless it's unbeknownst to me at that time, in which that correspondence comes with the awareness of it. But besides that, there's no excuse besides that. It's take no nonsense energy. We're standing on business and we're just moving like that. Whoever I'm tapping into, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, but that's my last message. If you need a personal with me, hit up shamika@shamika@gmail.com. I appreciate all your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. I got a partnership with Otter Spirit in Rose Forever, New York. If you're interested in any 20% off of either one of those two things. Vibration enhancing jewelry or rose and flower bouquets. Hit me in the description. But it's your boy Justice. I'm sending my love and ashe. I'm about to get on these personals, because that's all I really got to do right now, because I've got like a few ahead. I'm getting like my collectives ahead, because a lot of these messages I'm just getting very powerfully, because I've been in the city every day. Like, I've really been out in the city, like ever since I've been moved out. I've been really out in the city every day, but I've been able to get around and explore and kind of expand my energy. It's kind of what I've been needing to do, saying that to say. Just some quick kind of jabber for me. But either way, it's been helping me get at my personals more directly. But there was so many more than I was even like talking about before. There was more than 20. Like, it was more than just 20. But either way, I'm still getting at them, still doing our thing. But I just appreciate all the love and just patience and grace to my few that are still waiting on me and things like that. But that's what I'm about to jump on to next. Either way, I'm sending my love and ashe. Peace out, y'all.